Hey there, it's Nancy Marco. Ready to do some yoga? Grab your mat, some water, blocks, if you have them. Always nice, a strap, blanket, and let's get on the mat. So we have been doing a Kundalini practice to start out, to get us centered and to bring our mind and our heart and our body to our practice. So find a comfortable spot to do your centering. You can do it in a chair or on the mat. You can use props to support you, a blanket, a block, or a ball underneath your tailbone to help roll the pelvic bowl forward and lift the crown up tall. Release your shoulders, let your eyes fall hazy, and let your hands drop to your thighs, maybe letting your fingers drape over your knees. Just take a moment to settle in. If you're sitting in a chair, feel your feet on the floor. Wherever you're seated, feel your seat resting into the surface below it. And then roll the shoulders back and down and lift the crown. Bring your attention in and notice your breath. Your inhale and your exhale. And then anchoring into your breath, let your inhale bring you more present, noticing your parts and your pieces, and your exhale bring you more release, more surrender into your practice, into this moment, into a connection with yourself. And then slowly bring those hands into a prayer mudra. And if it feels okay, thumbs to the third eye, otherwise just in front of your chest. This mudra helps to integrate the two hemispheres of your mind, helping you to access a whole conscious mind. Take a moment to just imagine the two hemispheres molding together, making space between you and your thoughts, and activating the observer within you. That observer can watch your thoughts, decide if you want to engage with them or let them go. With presence in your mind and serenity in your body. Bring your hands down to your heart, left hand first, then right hand over top. Relax your shoulders and grow your crown. Take a moment to connect with yourself at this heart space, imagining the love that you are at the core of your being, bubbling up so you can feel love from the inside out. Our Kundalini practice today is around the heart. We're going to keep our left hand right over the heart, exploring the relationship that we have with ourself. From the high mind, noticing what that looks like, what that feels like, what helps it, what blocks it. To guide us on this or to support us on this, we're going to bring that right hand out to the side of our body, tucking our elbow into our side body, and then bringing our pointer finger and our thumb into a circle with the other three fingers standing tall. This is a mudra of wholeness. And it invites us into the wisdom at the Enneagram point 2, the pathway of kindness, of sweetness, of unconditional love, of responsiveness, and of service. first for ourselves, then for others, and then for the world. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, find something in front of you to stare upon. And the last part of this practice is a box breath, which means you take an inhale to a certain count, maybe 3, 4, 5, or 6, and then you hold for the same count. And then you exhale for the same count. And again, you hold for the same count. So find your drishti, relax your body, open your mind, open your heart, and start your breath. We'll do this for 1 minute. Pondering the love and the connection with yourself. Return your breath to Ujjayi breath, an inhale and an exhale through your nostrils. And bring that right hand across the left. And again, close your eyes. Take inventory of your practice. Were you able to relax? Scan your body for any areas of tension. Soften your face, your cheeks, your jaw, your shoulders. Lift up the crown of your head and heavy your sitting bones. Were you able to connect at your heart any sense of that love that you are at the core of your being? It's a practice. Where is your mind? Is it on your breath? Are you able to connect with yourself? No judgment, just noticing, learning something about ourselves. With a heart connection or an intended heart connection, ask yourself, what intention would serve me today, right here, right now, something personal for yourself. And maybe it is around point 2 and the heart chakra, or maybe it's something else. Ask yourself that question and allow the first word that pops into your mind to be that focus for today's practice. And slowly come out of your centering, maybe just feeling a little more present, and come up to standing. So it's kind of cold in my space this morning, so I want to just warm up a little bit by moving. So take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Let the outsides of your feet align straight. And then bring your hands into prayer and just squat down and come up. If that's too much for you, you can keep your hands at your thigh. and squat down and come up and squat down and come up. Just bringing a little movement, saying good morning to our knees, maybe a little bit to our hips, maybe tuning in, tapping into your breath. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Bring those feet together. We're going to add on here. Come down, come up, step out, come down, come up, step in, come down, come up, step out, down, up, in, down, up, out, down, up, in, down, up, out, down, up, in. One more. Each side. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one. Exhale, inhale. Standing in mountain pose, which you can accomplish by taking your foot, bringing the heel into the side of the foot, and then pivoting around. That'll set your feet right underneath your hips. Zip up your spine, reach the top of your head tall. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt here. I just got warmed up. And sweep your arms up. Wiggle all 10 fingers. And then bring a little movement into your wrist. And then bring that to still. Arms to cactus. See if you can have your elbows pressing out, a 90-degree angle under your armpits. And then bring those forearms together, touch your elbows, and then bring the arms back. This is the exhale. This is the inhale. Flow. Just taking the round out of the back, stretching across the chest. Lift up and pull your belly button in. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Hold those elbows back and drop the hands down. Keep that 90-degree angle under your armpit and your fingers wide. Inhale up, exhale down, up and down for 10, 9, rotate the shoulders, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold them up. Bring the elbows into the body and then shoot the arms out straight. Inhale, exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake those arms out, those shoulders out. And then bring some movement into your legs and just shake your whole body. Shake off anything that you need to shake off today. Let you come to your practice. Come to still, stand up tall. Find your mountain, rotate your shoulders down and back. Open up your hands. And then weight into your left foot. Soften that left knee just a bit and cross that right foot or cross that right knee over the left. See if you can get your pinky toes even. If you can't, that's okay. You can have your foot out in front of you, whatever you need for your balance. And then take your hips and square them along with your shoulders. Sweep your arms up. Pull your belly button in. take your arms out to the side and hinge at your hips. Swan dive, halfway lift down. Extend through the crown and drop your hands to your thighs. Press your hips back and feel that stretch in the left leg. Nice stretch to start out. And breathe. And breathe. Depending on your flexibility, you might slide down to your shin. You might touch your fingers to the floor. See what feels right. We're just starting out. Breathe and breathe. Don't do too much. Don't do too little. Keep that chin out of the chest and that crown nice and long. We're going to come up, so engage your core. Sweep your arms up and crescent over to the left. Take that left hand behind you and pulse. Little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Balance challenge. Roll that shoulder back. Look up. Bend at the elbow. Bring the hand behind the head. Splay out that right elbow. Keep that left hip pressing forward. And breathe. And breathe. Exhale. Come on out. Find your mountain. Other side. Weight into the right foot. Soften the knee. Cross the leg. Align the toes. Square the hips and the shoulders. Sweep the arms up. Out to the side. Halfway lift. Hinge at the hip. Lengthen through the crown. Drop the hands down. Press the hips back. Kiss the shoulder blades together. Breathe. Tune in, tap into your body. If it feels right, slide down a little more. Find your edge. Don't do too much. Don't do too little. Maybe touching the floor, maybe not. We're going to come up, engage your core, sweep your arms up, crescent over to the right. Bring that right hand behind and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the crescent. Roll that left shoulder back. Bend the elbow. Splay out the elbow. Look up and breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Make your way out. Back into your mountain. Sweep the arms up. Bend the knees. Splay out the arms. Turn the palms upward. Arch the back by lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. Swan dive. Think about shining your light, accepting your intention into every cell of your being. And then humbly bow, hinging at the hips, and come down into your first forward fold. Your knees are bent. Your belly is connected to your thighs. Then you lift your hips, drop your head, grab your elbows, and lower your forearms. Shake your head, dump out that head trash, and breathe, and breathe. Release your elbows, make some fists with your hands. Inhale as you roll up nice and slow. And find the back of your mat. Mountain pose. Set up yours. Let's do another swan dive. Sweep the arms up, bend the knees, splay out the arms, turn the palms open, kiss the shoulder blades, lift the heart, open the throat, open the mind, hold it. See if you can shoot lightning bolts out of your fingers as you feel the stretch across your chest, under your chin, as you soften your face. On your next exhale, bow down and find your forward fold. Shake out your head trash. Release your hands down to the mat and walk out into a downward facing dog. You can widen your feet. That's going to make it easier. Stay up on the balls of your feet and lift your hips. Bring your hips as high as you can to the ceiling and bring your ears in between your upper arms and then roll your armpits out to the side. Bend your right knee and lower your left heel and stretch that left calf. And breathe and breathe and breathe. We're going to try to just stretch everything today. Lift up that left heel, bend that left knee, and drop that right heel. Lift your hips and align your ears. Stretch. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Feel the ankles, the back of the calves, behind your knees. See if you can straighten your legs without hyperextending. And then move into pedaling, alternating, lifting and lowering. Feel the little wag in your tail. Blood's rushing to your head, your teeth, your gums, your pineal, increasing your intuition, and bringing your cheeks into a rosy red. When you're ready, drop both heels down. Lift your hips and stretch in downward facing dog. On your next exhale, drop your knees down. You can grab a blanket or pad your mat to soften underneath your knees. Once you get that set, place your knees right under your hips. Your toes are tucked. Your hands are spread. Fingers are spread wide. Hands are underneath the outer shoulders. And start to flow in a cow and then a cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral. Straighten your arms, soften your face, and elongate from tailbone to crown. Then step back with the left foot. Toes are tucked. Press that heel back. Should feel a little better since we stretched it out already. Imagine a string pulling the crown of your head tall. On your next inhale, lift up that left leg. Flex the foot and bend the knee. And pulse that heel towards the ceiling. Work in the glutes for 10, 9, keep your arms straight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep that left foot out to the side of your mat. See if you can get it up by your hand. If not, find your sweet spot. Roll all four corners of your foot into the mat. Untuck your right toes. Bend your elbows, flatten your back, and sink your hips back. Big stretch for that left leg. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. If you need a little more, walk your hands out into a devotional stretch and sink your hips back a little further. Again, don't do too much, don't do too little. There's always room to advance or spaces to modify to support you. If you did the devotional arms, bring your hands back into box, sweep that left foot back, bend the knee, point the toe this time, and lift the toe as high as you can and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep that left foot out opposite your knee this time. Roll the outer edge to the floor, walk your hands towards you, come up onto that right knee. Feel yourself between two panes of glass and sweep your arms up. Drop your shoulders down and then straighten your arms out, palms up to the ceiling, and turn towards the extended leg and come back to center. Nice little twist for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands back down. Bring that foot back. Point the toe. Lift the toe. Make sure your box is set. We're going to bring knee to nose, and then kick that foot back, a tiger flow. This is your inhale. This is your exhale. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do the other side. Come back to box. Tuck your toes. Set your hands. Cow and cat for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your box. Step back with the right foot. Toes are tucked. Push the heel back. Bring the head forward. Straight arms. Pull your belly button in. And breathe. And breathe. Inhale. Lift that right leg. Bend the knee. Press the heel towards the ceiling. Work your glutes. Keep your arms straight for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep that right foot up as high as works for you. Untuck the left toes, flatten the back, and sink back by bending your elbows. Keep pressing all 4 corners of that right foot into the mat and keep breathing. Your shoulders are drawn back, your throat is open, your face is soft. Devotional arms for a little more. Breathe and breathe. Find your box. Sweep that right foot back. Point the toe this time. Lift that toe nice and high. Keep your arms straight and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep that right foot opposite the left knee. Come up onto the left knee. Bring yourself between 2 panes of glass. Ignite your core. Reach your arms up with an inhale. Shoulders drop. Arms come out with the exhale. And then twist for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down. Sweep it back. Tiger flow. Point the toe. Lift the toe. Straighten the arms. And then knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees down. Walk them back. Bring your head forward. Soften your elbows. Elongate your spine. Pull your belly button in. Plank pose if you like more. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees. Everybody bend your elbows just a bit. Work those triceps, that core. and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale into downward facing dog. Set your feet, lift your hips, widen your shoulders, and align your ears. And hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk your feet towards your hands and find your forward fold. Grab your elbows, drop your forearms, glue your belly to your thighs, lift your hips, shake out your head trash, and breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Release your hands, make some fists. Inhale, roll up, take your time. Stand in the middle of your mat, mountain pose. Weight into your left foot, cross your right. Find your pose. Hinge at the hips, halfway down, hands on the thighs. If you want a bigger challenge, take your arms out to the side and lengthen from tailbone to crown. And breathe, and breathe. You can drop down a little bit lower if that calls to you. See how that feels. You can bring your hands back to your thighs. That was too much. And breathe, and breathe. Ignite your core, make some fists, roll up, sweep that arms up, crescent over to the left, half bind, and pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll the gaze back, balance challenge, bend the elbow, splay the elbow out as you kiss the shoulder blades together. Stretch your eyeballs up to the ceiling, give them a good stretch. Expand that field of vision, lift your heart, breathe, and breathe. Make your way out. Step that right foot wide. We're going to come into star pose. Bring all your weight onto the right leg and bring your left toes to the mat. Extend your arms out. Soften that right knee. Lift up that left leg and tilt slightly to the right. You're a star. Kiss your shoulder blades together. Find a drishti. Are you a twinkling star? If you're a shooting star, come back up. Have some humor. And breathe, and breathe, and come out back to mountain. Cross that left leg across. Align the pinky toes or not. Sweep the arms up, out to the side. Hinge forward. Drop your hands or keep them out wide. Lengthen through the crown. Straighten your legs without hyperextending. Breathe. And breathe, drop the hands down, maybe fold down a little bit deeper. Shake out the head trash, anything that's getting in the way of your intention, of your joy, of your peace, of your consciousness. Make some fists when you're ready. Roll up, sweep up, crescent over to the right, half bind, pulse. Challenge your balance. Come to still, roll that shoulder back, look up, hand behind the head if you can. Kiss your shoulder blades, open your throat, open your mind, stretch your eyeballs, take them up to the ceiling and behind you. And breathe, and breathe. And exhale out. Step it wide. Come up onto the right toes. Extend the arms, soften that left knee, and come into star on this side. Find your drishti, kiss your shoulder blades, lift through your crown. Breathe and breathe and come on out. Let's grab a drink. Stay hydrated through your practice and come to the top of your mat. Mountain pose. Find yours. Zip up the spine. Release the shoulders. We're going to come into chair. So bending at the knees and at the hips, sit back, bring the hands into a prayer mudra, lift through the crown and drop the shoulders. Pull your belly button in so you can sit way back. Weight into your left foot, come up onto your right toes, step that right foot back, cant it, and come into warrior one, turning your hips forward, sinking your pelvis down, stacking that left knee over your ankle, and then bringing exalted, steepled fingers above your head and looking up. Feel your strength. Breathe and breathe. Break those hands apart. Turn the palms upward, arch the back a little more, open the mind, open the throat, open the heart. We're going to lay our belly right down on our thigh. You can drop your hands down or reach them forward. Breathe and breathe. Left hand's going to find the mat. Right hand's going to find the sky. Look up. Half bind. If you like a little more, rotate that shoulder. Take the eyeballs up to the ceiling and then behind you, and breathe and breathe. Exhale that right hand down. Bring that left hand on the other side of your foot. Pivot your back foot. Drop your back knee. Uncurl your toes and bring your hips forward. Walk up to your thigh. Give that hip a nice stretch as you drop your shoulders down and float your heart, float your gaze. If you like more, exalt. Breathe and breathe. Hands drop down to the mat, back toe tucks, back knee lifts, hop that back foot forward. You're back in your forward fold. Glue your belly to your thighs, shake out your head trash, grab your elbows, drop your forearms, say something nice to yourself. Release, make some fists, roll up with an inhale, sweep the arms up. Another option is hands at kidney points. We're coming into a back bend, so find your yoga. Press down with your feet. Keep your hips right over your ankles. Lift your heart. Let your hands fall back. Your shoulders fall away from your ears. Your eyes look behind you. Breathe and breathe. Inhale up and down into chair. Take your time. Lots to think about. Knees stay over the ankles. Belly button pulls in. That causes the tailbone to tuck ever so slightly. Shoulders come out of the ears. Crown reaches tall. Smile. Weight into the right foot. Come up onto the left toes. Balance on that right foot as you step back with your left foot. Square your hips. Stack your knee. Exalt your warrior one. Square your shoulders. Lift your heart. Arch your back. Feel your strength. Breathe and breathe. Arms come out to the side. Arch your back a little bit more. Open your palms. Open your heart, your throat, your mind. Exhale, lay that belly on your thighs. Hands can come down or out. Breathe. Breathe. Right hand's going to come to the mat. Left hand's going to sweep up. Keep that knee over the ankle. Look up, half bind if you like. Breathe and breathe. Left hand sweeps down, right hand comes to the other side. Pivot the back foot, lower the knee, uncurl the toes, bring the hips forward. Walk up to your thigh. You can stay here or exalt. Breathe and breathe. Exhale, hands down, toes tucked, knee lifts, hop it, step it forward, forward fold. Take your time to find yours. Belly glues to the thigh, hips reach for the ceiling. Grab your elbows, drop your head. Shake out the head trash. Breathe and breathe. Release, roll up. Hands to kidney points or up to the sky. So I'll do it with kidney points this time. Fist, press right in, shoulder blades kiss. Lift the heart. Keep the knees or the hips over the ankles. Find your back bend. Are you breathing? Come on up. Sit in the chair. Find your chair. Take a twist, left elbow to right knee. Flatten your back. If you like more, open up your arms, look up. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Step back with your right foot. You're on the ball of your foot. Slide it way back. You can keep your hands right where they are, just pressing the hips forward, or walk up to your thigh or exalt. Your choice. Breathe and breathe. Everybody find your hands on the mat. Hop that back foot forward. Forward fold. Find your elbows. Drop your forearms. Release. Roll up. Find your chair. Twist to the other side. Right elbow tucks. Flatten the back. Open up the arms if that's for you. Breathe and breathe. Drop your hands down to the mat. Step back with the left foot. Slide it way back. Stay here if this is a lot for you. Walk up to your thigh if it feels possible. Exalt if that feels good. And breathe and breathe. And lower down. Step your right foot back, come into plank pose. Bring your head forward. You can always drop your knees here. Bend your elbows. Chaturanga, hold it. Pull your belly button in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into box pose and then into a child's pose. Take your knees wide, toe mounds together. Drop your hips back, walk your hands forward, lower your chest and then your forehead. If it can't make it, add blocks underneath both. Roll your shoulders wide and then press the heels of your hands forward as you peel the palms off and separate all 10 fingers. Feel the release across your upper back as you do this. Heavy your hips, stretch your back, breathe and breathe. Lower those hands down, lift the head up, walk your hands over to the right and stretch through that left side as you push your left hip back. Breathe And breathe. Walk back to center. Lengthen. Exhale into the stretch. Just melt. When you're ready, walk over to the left and give a nice stretch down the right side. Push that right hip back. Don't do too much. Don't do too little. Listen to your body. Walk back to center and find your box. Tuck your toes, set your hands, straighten your arms, and lengthen your spine. Step back with the left foot, sweep it as high as you can. Bend your elbows and drop your hips back. Add the devotional stretch if you're ready. Breathe and breathe. Chin's out of the chest, shoulders are out of the ears. Nice big stretch. We're going to come into lizards next. So set your hands in box, heel and toe that left foot. So the heel of the foot is behind the heel of your hand. Then weight into your hands, untuck your right toe, slide your right knee back, and then glue your left knee to your left shoulder. Bring your heart forward and then your gaze upward. Feel that stretch in your right hip and breathe and breathe. Add on here by rolling onto the left edge of the foot, dropping down to your forearms. Bring the crown forward, the shoulders back. Melt into any version of this that fits for you, or maybe you just stay where you were. If you were down on your elbows, you can stay there, or if you're on your hands, you can also do this. So we're going to weight into the right elbow or right hand, bring the left hand to the left knee. And you can half bind for a deeper twist, or just look over that left shoulder, taking the eyeballs behind you, relaxing out that left knee, and just breathe and breathe and breathe. Slowly, gently make your way back to box. We'll do the other side. Toes tucked, arms straight, spine long, belly pulled in. Step back with the right foot and sweep it out to the side. Untuck the left toes, bend the elbows, sink the hips, lengthen the spine, blossom out of your tailbone and lengthen out through your crown. Add on devotional arms if that feels right. And breathe and breathe. Lizard's pose. Set your hands, heel and toe that right foot in. Your right foot's at a 90-degree angle. Weight into your straight arms. Slide your left knee back and then glue that knee in and bring the heart and the gaze forward. Eyeballs up to the ceiling. Melt into the pose. Notice where you're resisting and soften and breathe and breathe. You can stay right here. You can drop down to your forearms. You can roll onto the edge of your foot. Find your yoga. Keep your heart coming forward and your gaze going upward. Breathe and breathe. Add the twist, right hand to right knee. Look over that right shoulder. Half bind. If you like a little more, take your eyeballs behind you. Our field of vision is getting narrower as we age, but we can keep it expansive by practicing. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Gently make your way out, back to box. Tuck your toes, set your hands, elongate your spine. Then lift your left hand up as you press your hips back and turn your gaze to look at your fingers. Again, stretch your eyeballs, wiggle your fingers, pull your belly button in, and then exhale, thread that left hand underneath the right armpit, lay the head down, press into that right hand, and feel the stretch in the back of your left shoulder. Your left palm is facing upward. Your fingers are spread wide. Try a little additional stretch by sliding that right hand on the mat above your head and just feel what happens. Breathe, opening up the back of the upper back of the left shoulder. Bring that right hand back where it was and step back with the right foot. Engage your core and lift your leg. Roll your hip back and stack it. So this may be it for you. That might be a lot. If you have more space, lift up that right hand, bend that right knee and grab the top of your foot. Kick out, pull in, balance. Breathe and breathe. Quad stretch, shoulder stretch, core workout. Make your way out when you're ready from wherever you landed. Come back to box. Tuck the toes, set the knees, set the hands, elongate the spine. Let's flow a couple cow and cats for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We've got the other side to do, so find your box, press your hips back, elongate through your spine, straighten your arms, sweep that right hand up, look at it, stretch your eyeballs, wiggle your fingers, pull your belly button in, and then exhale, thread it through, drop it down, press into your left hand and roll to the left side of your mat. Stretch the shoulder across the upper back. I love this stretch. Play around by sliding that left hand above your head. See what happens for you. Bring that left hand back, step back with the left foot. You might stop there. You have to engage your core to lift your leg and stack your hip, point your toe. Keep that core engaged if you want to lift your left hand. Balance to grab the top of your foot, kick out, pull in, breathe and breathe and breathe. Release out. Come into plank pose. So walk the knees back. Bring the head forward. Straighten the arms. Roll the shoulders back. Tuck the toes and lift the knees if you like more. Bend the elbows and hold it. Shoulders out of the ears. Belly button to the spine for 10, 9. Work in the triceps. 7, 6. Across the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, uncurl the toes, lower down as slow as you can. Take your arms out to the side. Drop your left ear to the mat. Let yourself melt. Stretch your neck. Breathe. Bend your knees. And just kick your feet. Drop your feet down. Slide your right knee to your right elbow and flex your right foot. Lower down this right hip as you just melt your body into the mat, half frog pose. Breathe and breathe. We're going to stretch the front of our left shoulder next. Right now, this is a hip stretch. See if you can melt that right hip into the floor. When you're ready, slide your right hand towards you. Let your elbow go towards the sky. Then push into your hand and roll onto your left hip. Lift up that right leg. If that's too much for you, kickstand it behind you. Feel the stretch opening up the front of the left shoulder. If you like more, lift up that right hand. Grab the top of your right foot. Kick out, pull in. Don't do it if it's too much. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Let's do the other side. Come on out. Turn the head to the right. Oh, relax everything down. Say something nice to yourself as you imagine anything that has been blocking you just being exhaled out. Draw your left knee to your left elbow, flex your left foot, and lower that left heel or hip. Can you melt it? Breathe and breathe. Slide that left hand towards you, elbow towards the sky. Roll onto your right hip. Lift up that left leg. Stack your hips. Bring that top hip over your bottom hip. Pull your belly button in, and if it works for you, left hand comes up, grabs the top of the foot, kicks out, pull in. Your shoulder blades are kissed. Your ear's still on the mat. I have to lift mine because of my headset. You're stretching your quad, you're arching your back. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Where are you holding tension that shouldn't be there? That has nothing to do with the pose. Exhale out, roll onto your belly. Bring your hands on either side of your chest. Lift your legs and release the flesh to the outer edge. If it works for you, bring your toe mounts together. Everybody, press the tops of your feet into the mat and lift your knees and your thighs. Draw your elbows towards your heels and float your face. So this is 1, cobra. 2, we lift our hands, we lift our heart, jelly your glutes, work that low back. If you like a little more challenge, bring your hands behind you, interlace, and draw your knuckles towards your heels. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. Wherever you landed, come on out and roll onto your back. Bring your thighs into your belly and wrap your hands around your shins. Draw your elbows towards your heels and let your tailbone peel off as you get tighter into a little ball. Wind removing pose, great for digestion and elimination. You can add on by floating your chest, but keep your chin out of your chest. If you lifted lower, release your legs to the ceiling and then your arms the same, dead bug. Separate your feet and your hands and just rotate your ankles, your wrist. We're going to do a little core workout next. So come to still and press your belly button into the mat. Bend your knees. Right elbow, right knee connects. Press that belly down. Extend the left arm and the left leg. This is 1. 2, float your shoulders. You should be shaking. 3, open up if you need a little more. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on out. Drop your feet to the mat. Walk your heels to your buttocks. Bring your knees towards one another and walk your fingers towards your heels. Open up your throat by finding the back of your head. And we're going to lift our hips for a bridge flow, pressing the knees out, squeezing the buttocks together. Lift and lower for 10. Breathe. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Walk your shoulders towards one another. Clasp your hands if you can. Lift up a little higher. Keep your chin out of your chest and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on out, little ball. Find yours. Add on. If it speaks to you, draw your elbows towards the bottom of your mat. Dead bug. Find yours. Bend your left knee. Grab the knee and the elbow together. Press the belly button down. This is 1, 2, float your shoulders. 3, open up. Shaking is making muscle. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back for bridge. Walk the heels to the buttocks. Walk the hands down towards the heels. Glue the knees together. This time, add your arms as you lift your hips and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Bring the hands down. I forgot. Walk the shoulders together. Clasp the hands. Hold the bridge. Keep the chin out of the chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on out. Roll to one side and come up to seated. Grab a drink. Say something nice to yourself. Extend the left leg long. Bring the right heel into the groin. Press out through the heel. Flex the foot. Lower the knee. Kickstand the hands. Lift the heart. Kiss the shoulder blades. Walk the hands forward. Maybe you stay right here, just trying to hold a tall, straight spine. If you have the space, walk down. Press out through the heel. Breathe and breathe. You can always add blocks here. Make sure your hips stay down and your back stays long. Your chin is out of your chest. Find your edge. Wherever you landed, walk your hands Twist at your waist and reach over that left leg. Here you might add a strap if you got it close. Always have your props close. Slowly come up. Sweep your right arm up and crescent over. Roll the shoulder back. Maybe you pulse a couple times. Lengthen through the crown as you kiss your shoulder blades back. Look up towards the ceiling. Make your way out. Bring that left foot behind you and stretch out that left quad. If you're not feeling anything, walk your hands back. Maybe drop to your forearms. Maybe lay down on your back. Just don't let that knee lift up. Feel the stretch. Wherever you landed, make your way back up and let's do the other side. Bring that left heel in, that right leg out. Peel away the flesh. Kickstand the hands, kiss the shoulder blades, row the crown as you press out with your heel and lower your knee down. Pull your belly button in, walk your hands forward. Stay here or walk down. Keep your hips heavy and your crown long. Keep your chin out of your chest. Keep your face soft, your heart open. Keep your breath. Find your yoga. Breathe and breathe. Wherever you landed, walk towards that right leg. So you might be sitting up tall, grabbing your strap. You may be able to hinge long and grab your toes. Turn your body to face your leg by keeping this left hip heavy. Keep your chin out of your chest. And then walk up and try the quad stretch. So if this doesn't work for you at all to do this, don't do it. But if you're like up in the air, just stuff a block under that left hip and just try and find that stretch in the quad. If you're able to do it, but you're not feeling anything, come back. Maybe lay down and press your knee towards the floor until you feel that stretch and then melt into it. Wherever you landed, come on out into a seated pose. Left shin in front of the right. Sit up nice and tall. Kickstand your hands on either side. Lift your crown. And then nod your head. And relax your shoulders. As you nod down, draw the shoulders down and back. Kiss the shoulder blades. Lift the heart and stretch the back of the neck and hold it. And hold and breathe. And then slowly look up. Press the chin towards the ceiling. Stretch the front of your neck. Exhale out. Look over the right shoulder. Nod. Maybe hold any one position that feels extra good for your neck. Think about melting your shoulders. Pull your belly button in. When you're done, sweep over to the left and do the same. Tall spine. Little stretches. Maybe you're holding, maybe you're flowing. Come back to center, pick up that left leg, engage your core, rock your hip. If that feels okay, try to cradle it in the crook of your elbow, a little seated pigeon. Lift, breathe, and breathe. Wherever you landed, come on out, switch your legs, peel away the flesh, engage the core, sweep the arms up, drop the shoulders out of the ears with a tall spine, keeping the hips facing forward, twist to the right, look over that right shoulder as you grow tall, stretch your eyeballs, last little twist. Keep that left hand where it is. Sweep that right hand up and over to the opposite knee. Round your back. Drop your chin. Drop your knees. Sweep your arms up. Bring them behind you. Airplane arms or interlace and drop the knuckles and lift the heart. On your next inhale, bring your arms up. Twist to the left. Lift through the crown while you keep your hips facing forward. Look over that left shoulder. Take your eyeballs behind you. On your inhale, sweep that left arm up and over. Exhale, round your back. Drop your chin, drop your knees. Stretch the back of your heart. Release your knees, sweep your arms up. Sweep them behind you, interlace them if you can. Drop the knuckles, lift the heart. Feel the chest open, the throat open, the mind open, and then the heart open. Release, pick up that right leg, rock it with a nice tall spine, or bring it into the crook of your elbow and give it a nice hug. Nice little stretch for that right hip. Breathe and breathe. Make your way out, grab a block or a ball. You can layer your clothes here, put on socks if you want, spin around on your mat. Come to the bottom of your mat in cobbler pose. You can flutter your knees. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be rushing you if you're adding your clothing. We'll just flutter our knees for a minute here. Peace fingers around your big toes. Lift your crown tall. Kiss your shoulder blades back, then pull your belly button in and round down onto your back. And bring your hands around the edges of your feet and your big toes towards your belly, cobbler pose. Soften your face and bring your elbows towards your buttocks. We're winding down. Make your way into happy baby, hands over the arches. Pull down, lift up, get your shoulders out of your ears, lengthen your neck. Press your belly button into the mat. Engage your core. Stretch your hips. Drop your feet wide to the mat. Take your arms out like airplane wings and then bring your left knee to your right ankle. And then lift up that left knee and do the same with the right. Last little twist, roll back and forth. Massage out that pelvis. And then come to still, grab your block or your ball, place it between your knees. If you don't have anything, just let the knees drape together. Feet are wide, TP knees. Lift up your hips and flatten out your clothing. Make sure your shoulders are wide. Splay out your hands and close your eyes. We're going to do that Kundalini practice once more, just for a minute. Bring your left hand across your heart. The edge of your pinky is towards the bottom of your mat. Bring your right hand into the mudra, pointer finger and thumb, other 3 fingers tall. Tuck it into your side body. If that's not comfortable, you can lay your arm down. Heavy your hips, your shoulders, the back of your head. Slowly open your eyes. Find a drishti on the ceiling. And see if you can explore what would it be like to feel love from the inside out just for a minute. Ignite your box breath. Remember, same count for the inhale, the hold, the exhale, and the hold. Breathe. We're going to transfer right into Savasana. So take time to grab what you need. Maybe an eye cover, maybe a blanket, a pillow, a bolster, maybe a blanket over you, maybe one underneath you. Maybe you stay right here in TP knees, very supportive to your low back. Maybe you extend your legs, flop your feet out to the side, extend your arms. Close your eyes and melt into your practice of presence. So we want to do what we can to be right here, right now, watching our thoughts instead of getting lost in them. Just let them come, let them go. Noticing the emotion that we have fallen into. No judgment, just noticing what it is telling us about ourselves. Then anchoring it by melting all your parts and all your pieces. Breathe in, breathe out. Be right here, right now, connected with your body the intelligence, the instinctual intelligence that's there, connected with our high mind, that integrated mind that uses both the logic and the creativity. And with that presence in the body and the mind, being open and available to what our heart offers us, the truth about ourselves, owning our light and our shadow, using our emotions as messengers, guidance. Take a few moments in silence with yourself. Stay right here. Breathe. Melt your face between your brow, behind your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. Rest your tongue and soften your throat. Across your chest and down your arms, open your fingers and let your fingernails, the back of your hands, rest on the floor. Melt your hips and down your legs, soften your belly, melt your toes. Slide your fingernails on the floor and bring your hands up overhead. Bring your legs together. Take a stretch. Then bring your heels to your buttocks. Give something between your knees. Walk your hips to one side and roll to the other side for fetal pose. Draw your thighs deeply towards you. Open your eyes, look at whatever's between your knees. It's self-care. You're supporting your low back and your hips. Take this time in fetal pose, of time when you might have still remembered your purpose, your passion, why your soul chose this journey. And let yourself remember how important self-care is. How easy it can be just slipping a little ball or a block between your knees. Say something nice to yourself. That's another form of self-care, just having kind thoughts for yourself, for others, for the world. When you're ready, slowly, carefully, joyfully, lovingly make your way back up to seated. Maybe try a hero's pose. If that's not for you, do what seated pose feels good to you. So heroes can be done with blocks. You can sit on your heels. You can advance it to bring the heels out to the outside of your hips. Bring those hands to prayer, thumbs to heart. Find your breath. And then inhale the arms wide. Accept your practice. Feel the energies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, structural, muscular, in every cell of your being. And then bring those hands back to heart. Nod your head. Lift your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'm specifically making this video because I'm taking a little vacation and I want you to continue your practice. So I'm so glad you did. Namaste. Thanks all. That's a wrap.